Welcome to Living Diaries, your cozy space for timeless home inspiration and everyday elegance. In today's video, we will explore beautiful ideas for creating a Paris studio apartment using thrifted 1920s French antiques that are both charming and practical. Each idea is designed to help you transform even the smallest space into something stylish and full of character. Make sure to watch until the end because you might find simple ideas that you can easily apply in your own home. One, vintage Parisian corner with thrifted armchair. Create a cozy reading corner using a thrifted armchair with carved wooden legs and faded floral upholstery. Pair it with a small round side table and a warm floor lamp to evoke a quiet Parisian mood. Look for second-hand pieces that show slight wear since imperfections add character and authenticity to the space. Keep the palette soft with cream, dusty rose, and muted green tones to reflect a 1920s French aesthetic. To complete the look, add a stack of old books, a ceramic cup, and a delicate lace cloth on the table. You can also hang a small vintage painting above the chair to anchor the corner visually. This setup works even in small studio apartments because it defines a functional yet stylish zone without taking much space. It is both decorative and useful for daily relaxation. Two, antique mirror gallery wall. Decorate one wall with a collection of thrifted antique mirrors in various shapes and sizes. Look for ornate gold frames, oval designs, and slightly aged glass to capture the 1920s French charm. Arrange them organically rather than symmetrically to create a layered and curated look that feels collected over time instead of newly purchased. This idea also helps reflect light, making a small studio feel brighter and larger. You can mix in a few small vintage artworks or black and white photographs between the mirrors for added personality. It is an affordable way to achieve a luxurious Parisian feel while using second-hand finds that are often inexpensive and unique. Three, thrifted bistro dining setup. Set up a small dining area inspired by Parisian cafes using a thrifted round table and two mismatched chairs. Choose pieces with metal or carved wood details to reflect the elegance of early 20th century French interiors. Even in a compact studio, this setup can create a dedicated dining space that feels intimate and charming. Add a simple tablecloth, a small vase with fresh or dried flowers, and vintage-style tableware to enhance the atmosphere. This arrangement is practical for daily meals while also serving as a decorative focal point. It encourages slow living and brings a sense of Parisian lifestyle into your everyday routine without requiring a large space. Four, layered textiles with French antique touch. Incorporate layered textiles such as lace curtains, embroidered cushions, and soft throws sourced from thrift shops. Look for fabrics that feel slightly aged or handmade to reflect the craftsmanship of the 1920s. These elements instantly add warmth and softness to a studio apartment while maintaining a vintage aesthetic. Use these textiles to define different areas like the bed or seating space. Mixing textures like linen, cotton, and wool creates visual depth without cluttering the room. This approach is easy to implement and budget-friendly since thrift stores often carry unique fabric pieces that can transform the look of your apartment. Five, antique trunk coffee table. Repurpose a thrifted antique trunk as a coffee table in your living area. Choose one with worn leather or wooden detailing to emphasize its history and charm. This piece not only serves as a table but also provides hidden storage for blankets, books, or everyday items. Style the trunk with a few vintage objects such as candles, books, or a small tray. The combination of function and aesthetic makes it ideal for studio apartments where space is limited. It creates a focal point that feels both practical and deeply connected to the Parisian antique theme. Six. French antique bed styling. Design your sleeping area with inspiration from 1920s French bedrooms by using a simple metal or wooden bed frame. Look for thrifted options with curved lines or subtle decorative elements. Pair it with neutral bedding and add layers like quilts or lace covers for a soft, romantic look. Enhance the area with a small bedside table, a vintage lamp, and a framed artwork above the bed. Even in a studio, this setup can create a distinct sleeping zone that feels elegant and calm. It is a practical way to elevate your daily rest environment using accessible second-hand pieces. Seven. Vintage kitchen display shelves. Install open shelves in your kitchen area to display thrifted antique dishes, glassware, and jars. Choose items with delicate patterns or slightly worn finishes to capture the 1920s French kitchen vibe. This not only decorates the space but also keeps everyday items within easy reach. Arrange the pieces thoughtfully by grouping similar colors or materials together. You can also add a few small decorative objects like vintage tins or ceramic bowls. This idea makes your kitchen feel curated and lived in while remaining fully functional for daily cooking and dining needs. Eight. Soft lighting with vintage lamps. Use thrifted vintage lamps to create soft and warm lighting throughout your studio. Look for lamps with fabric shades, brass bases, or intricate details that reflect French antique design. Lighting plays a key role in setting the mood, especially in smaller living spaces. Place the lamp strategically in corners, near the bed, or beside seating areas to create layers of light. This approach makes the apartment feel cozy and inviting, especially in the evening. It is an easy and affordable way to enhance both functionality and atmosphere using second-hand finds. Old books and decorative stacks. Decorate surfaces with stacks of old books sourced from thrift stores or flea markets. Choose books with worn covers and neutral tones to match the antique theme. These can be placed on tables, shelves, or even used as risers for other decorative items. Incorporate small objects like candles, clocks, or vases on top of the stacks to create layered arrangements. This idea adds intellectual charm and a sense of history to your studio apartment. It is simple, inexpensive, and easy to adjust depending on your available space. Parisian-inspired entryway corner. Even in a studio, you can create a small entryway using a thrifted console table or narrow desk. Add a vintage mirror above it and a small tray for keys and essentials. This setup gives structure to your apartment and creates a welcoming first impression. Enhance the space with a small lamp, a plant, or a framed photograph. Keeping the area organized makes it practical for daily use while still reflecting a Parisian antique style. It is a simple way to add both beauty and function to an often overlooked part of a studio apartment. (11) Antique art and frame collection. Decorate your walls with thrifted antique frames filled with artwork, prints, or even fabric pieces. Look for frames with ornate carvings or aged finishes to capture the essence of 1920s French interiors. Mixing different sizes creates a gallery effect that feels personal and curated. You can easily swap out the contents of the frames over time, making this a flexible and evolving decor idea. It allows you to express your style while maintaining a cohesive antique theme. This approach works well in small spaces because it uses vertical areas effectively. (12) Floral accents with vintage vases. Incorporate fresh or dried flowers in thrifted vintage vases to bring life into your studio. Choose vases with delicate shapes or subtle patterns that reflect French antique design. Flowers instantly soften the space and add a natural element that complements the vintage decor. Place these arrangements on tables, shelves, or windowsills to create small focal points throughout the apartment. Rotating flowers based on availability keeps the decor fresh and dynamic. This idea is simple to maintain and adds a touch of elegance to everyday living. Conclusion. Thank you for spending time with Living Diaries and exploring these Paris-inspired studio apartment ideas with us. We hope these vintage and thrifted concepts inspire you to create a warm, elegant, and personal space that reflects your style. Small changes can make a big difference when done thoughtfully, especially with pieces that carry history and charm. If you enjoyed this video and want more home inspiration, do not forget to subscribe to Living Diaries and join us for more ideas.